This
Topic
conference
today,
will now be recorded.
good. Topic today will be something like my coaching philosophy or those important things in my mind and values behind my coaching. But this is the main story what I have now and something you maybe know something about me, but not that much, I think. So I will give you short thinking that who am I? I'm getting 50 this year, so it will be big celebration party somehow in the autumn time. I have a wife, 2 sons. I have studied in the university. There I was studying regional geography at first education what I got. Then I have made my master of social sciences, bachelor of sports studies, of course professional coaches education. I have a teacher education college I have done as well, and I have been a club coach in Finland almost 20 years. In Switzerland as well, I was there 2 years, and head coach with Finnish national team 6 years, and then now I have worked with Czech Republic national team since 2017. So now 3 years, and we are going towards the Helsinki. And in Finnish Federation, I was there as a director of elite sports 2 times, 2 years, and then I have worked in the manager of training center in Eastern Finland Sport Institute here in eastern part of Finland. And I have been working as a teacher in professional coaches education since 2006, more or less. Of course, there are some years that I was out from that work, but most of the time I have been there. So this is my background. If we think about my history, and then we go more in that direction where we are speaking about coaching and ideas of that. And I have these 11 points that we are going through today. There are, I don't know, are the Czech words right or wrong, but I tried to find some terms for you as well from Google Translator that you can get some idea what it means. Facing the people, holistic coaching, the power of presence, working ethic, enthusiasm and passion, helping athletes, leadership idea, respect, self-development and game philosophy and quality requirement. So these are the 11 points that I am going through with you, and every part is important. It's hard to say what is the most important thing, and it's hard to put this idea of coaching philosophy in few words. Of course, it's easier if somebody said, as Pete, you have to make it shorter, then I can maybe split it 1 or 2 or 3 the main topics. But these 11 things I will go through with you, and those are the things that I feel that should be and are mostly giving the picture what kind of coach am I and how I feel about the coaching and how I feel about the cooperation with the staff or with the players. And we go all these 11 things through. And I think that if you have something that you want to ask, please send email or chat message, and Martina can then maybe take those questions out, so I can just go through with this, and we can go after this presentation. We can look those questions what you have, and then I can give you the answers what you have asked. So, coaching philosophy. First part in my mind, facing the people. And I think that this is one of the main things as a coach. It doesn't matter, are you coaching national team or are you club coach, but in the national team, this is even much more important than it's in the club days. And my eyes, there has to be some kind of change in the thinking and behaving what you are doing, because facing the people, it's not coming automatically if you are really not ready for it. What it means, I have this idea that from the leadership, we have to move towards facing or encountering. And facing and encountering, it means that you are really open for the players, that you really want to see them, what they are thinking, how they are feeling, what kind of things are going there, that you really want to see behind the name. You really want to see what kind of players they are, what kind of people they are. So in my eyes, this facing the people means that you as a coach, and this is my idea as well, I have to have will to get close to the people. And I think in my life, this is not just about the coaching philosophy. This is also philosophy of my life, that I want to get close to the people. I want to be in a good interaction with the people, and I want to hear their opinions and feelings and how it goes. And of course, big thing will be that you as a coach, or me as a coach, how it looks like. Am I personally ready for that? Do the people around me feel that it's easy to approach Pete, to get to the Pete, to speak with him, get ideas through, and this kind of stuff? And this is something that, for example, me means that much, that I'm ready always to give the time for this conversation and be ready for this. But facing the people, in my eyes, is the most important thing. What coach like you, floorball coach, has to have, that you are really getting out from the leadership to the facing, that the people can come close to you, and they have a feeling that it's easy to come to talk to you, give the ideas, share the opinions, because the players, and especially in the national team, they are quite professional players. They know extremely much about the floorball when they are coming to the national team. And I might have some idea, my assistant coach, they might have some idea how to play, how to solve different situations. But of course, we want to hear it also from the player's point of view, how they see it, how they feel it. And this is something which is not coming if I'm not facing the people around us. And then when we go forward, the second point is holistic coaching. My feeling and my experience in the coaching life is quite simple, that I have to coach always the humans, not the machines. They have their emotions, they have their feelings, they have their personal challenges, personal problems, whatever they have in their life. And me as a coach, I have to be really interested of all things around the players' social life or working life or training life. So holistic coaching, in my philosophy, it means that the players, they have to, or they don't have to, but they are allowed to give me all information what they have. If they have some secrets, they can keep them, but if they want to speak with me about those, then I'm also ready to listen. And all aspects of life should be involved in the coaching process. If I don't know anything about their personal life, about their civil life, it's every now and then quite hard to demand in the trainings the best quality. If they have some horrible day in the work or in the school or somewhere else, how can I ask 100% performances? Because the reality is different. So holistic coaching, in my eyes, it's a next step after this facing. And in holistic coaching, it really means that you are interested about those persons that you have in the team. And one part of holistic coaching is the last bullet point, that everything matters what we are doing. Every small conversation with the player, every small chat, every message that you are sending with them, every small talk that you are using with them, it can be even 15 seconds, it can be even 30 seconds. And it's always really important for the players, and it's always important for you. and that means that you have to use the time in a very clever way. And in holistic coaching, I hope that every coach is brave enough that the players, they have a feeling that they can really come to you and they can share their difficulties, what they have. They can share everything what they have, and then you are interested to coach whole human, not just the player called Patrick Doja or Mika Kohonen. They are humans that you have to be interested in. Holistic coaching means that you are taking care of every aspect of what you have there. There can be story of florbal coaching. There can be a story of physical coaching. There can be part of nutrition coaching and also psychological coaching. That how are you taking care of everything what's around this topic and how it will be coming there. Like in this picture, the guy Richie Hyvärinen used to play with Finnish national team. He was one world champions out from the national team, but then he came back, and I had really good connection with that guy. When he came back, I knew exactly what's going on there, why he was out from the national team, because of his work and civil life. And then it was also a big topic in Finland why Richie Hyvärinen is not in the national team in Zurich World Champions. But I knew it already quite early that he has so big problems in his business life, because he is the owner of one software company, and it was impossible to put all effort to the elite sports. And he said already half year before the World Champions that he can't be there. And I understood totally how it goes. And in my eyes, it was impossible to push him in that direction, that, hey, forget it, you have to be in the World Champions. When he was not mentally ready to do it, then it was fine. I just had to understand the case, how it goes. And then he was out from the World Champions, even if we might need him there, and he would have given us much more effort than some other guy who was in that team. But it was impossible, and that's one part of holistic coaching, how it goes. Then the power of presence. It doesn't matter how much you are speaking with the players, how much the players are speaking to you, if there is lack of time in those moments. If some player is coming to you and telling you some things, it doesn't matter what is the thing that he or she wants to talk with the coach. It's absolutely the biggest thing that the coach is giving feeling to the player that now our coach, he doesn't have any hurry. He is not going anywhere. He has this time with me. And it means that this power of presence means in the trainings, for example, if you have break, drinking break or whatever, and somebody is coming to you and talk to you, are you that busy that you don't have this 10 or 15 seconds time to that player, that you are going somewhere else to organizing whatever? This is the power of presence, that the player knows that I go to the coach because I have some important things to say to the coach, or I have some important things that we can try. It's even good thing in this case. And this is something that players have to feel, that coach is really present in those moments when I go and talk to him. And I give my time to the player and just for that player who is coming. When somebody is coming to you, it means that he or she, they have enough courage to come to you and tell what is the feeling, what is the idea. And if you are not giving that time to the players, you are never building trust between the player and the coach. This is a really important thing during the trainings and after the trainings or before the trainings. Whenever you are in touch with the players, try to be present in those moments. And in my philosophy, I'm always interested and ready to talk with my players. Of course, I have to make every now and then hard decisions. In the national team, there are coming a little bit more hard decisions than in the club coach, because we have a lot of players, lot of potential players, high quality players that we can choose, and we have to choose, and we have to find the lineups and chemistry and everything. So it doesn't mean that you are giving something away from your leadership if you give the time to the players, but still you have to have this interest and readiness to talk with the players. And when you are present with the players, then you are also giving them feeling, really the feeling that they are really important persons to you, not just the players, but they are important persons. And more the players in the team are feeling that they are important for the coach. Then it means that they are trusting also the coach, and it's building a really good connection between the coach and the players. And it starts from these things, that the coach is really present in those moments. No hurry, no rush, give the time. It doesn't matter. Every now and then it might take 5 minutes when you have longer chat with the player, but is it something that you can't organize in your personal life? Give 5 minutes to the players, or 6 minutes if needed, but don't ever give them a feeling that you are looking something else, you are already interested in some other things. You have to be present in those moments, that they know that, okay, we are in the same boat, we are rowing in the same direction. And I have 2 ears and 1 mouth. It means that I have to listen much more than I'm speaking. And is it easy? For sure not. It's not always easy, but this is something that you have to think yourself. It's not coming automatically, how you want to deal with the players and how you want to act there. You have to get more information out from the players. Of course, every now and then you are giving feedback and you are doing these kind of things, but still they are professionals and you are more than ready to listen. And then it's possible that you are building a good trust, and these things are starting from the presence. It's quite close, this facing thing, but still there is a little bit different outcome of those small cases. Then working ethic. I go first in this picture. This is straight after the World Champions final in Zurich. We lost 5-11 to Sweden, that final, and still that moment is one of the best moments in my life what I have ever lived as a coach. Of course, Prague 2018, when we lost the semi-final and the bronze game, it was hard as well. But this was something that teach me more than victories and national team game matches and medals and whatever, because that moment was something that I mentioned, that about the working ethic. It's all that matters. My own working morale, it has to be extremely high every day that I'm working with the national team, because we don't have that many days during the 1 year. It's quite a few days what we are doing, and my morale has to be high in training camps. It has to be high in all national team events when we are playing friendly matches or EFT tournaments. But more and more it comes from those moments that you are not with the team, that you are observing the guys, you are giving the feedback, you are connecting players. So if your working morale is high enough, then it's easy to be also really demanding towards the players, that when you put much effort to the team and you're working, then you can ask the same from the players as well. And that's quite simple in my eyes always. You can't ask anything more from the players that you are not putting in by yourself. When I'm doing all my best, then it's easy to say to the players the same story. Hey, let's put all in, and then we can see what is the result. Is it easy to put all in? How we can evaluate? Are we putting all in or not? Good question. I don't have clear answer, but this is something what I have always said, and this is also my my philosophy after the world champions, that when you can go after the last match, it doesn't matter are you have you won the gold medal or lost the bronze game or silver medal or bronze medal or whatever, but when you can go after the last match in front of the mirror and said to the mirror in front of your faces that, Pete, I did all what I could. That's all members of the staff can do the same, that they can go in front of that mirror and they can say to the mirror that, hey, I really did my best. That's all we can ask. And this is my idea in working ethic, that it has to be extremely high when you are working. And when you are working with the high morale, then you can ask the same story from the players. There is one mistake. There should be success before working comes first only in dictionary. It means that we are not getting any easy meals or easy victories or any easy trophies or easy gold medals. No, it's everything up to the hard work. It's in the club level, the same story. It's in the national team, the same story. Somebody might say that, okay, but it's easy if you have a good players, it's easy to win. Sweden, they have the best players in the world, best individuals in the world, but still they have lost in the last 6 world champions. They have lost 4 times the gold medal. It shouldn't be possible if the working ethic in every player and the member of the staff is high enough. With the best players and best working ethic, they should be winners, but they are missing something, and it has to be, in my eyes, it has to be something which is coming in these words, that success before working comes first only in dictionary. They are not working hard enough for that. Probably they are changing now something, nobody knows, but we will see. And somebody might ask, or somebody might think that if I go and I coach some club, or I go and I take some national team, that there will be some magical tricks what we are using to get the good results. No, it's up to the daily working, it's up to the hard working what we are doing. There can be some small things what we can maybe use in that process or in the certain matches or certain situations, but just small things which might give a little bit support in small things. And it's something to do with this working ethic. It has to be just hard working and good quality trainings that brings the success, not magical tricks. And I don't believe those things that we are finding some new element suddenly out from nowhere to help our team. It has to be something that we have trained, because otherwise the players in those moments when we are playing quarterfinals or semifinals or the finals in the world champions, the players are so focused that they can't take new things and be really effective in those new elements. No, there has to be something that we have trained and they know how to use it and they know how to play with that story. That's the way it goes in my eyes. And those moments when you are not successful, you are losing, you are getting those hard moments, they are giving you the chance to learn most. It can be something that you have to evaluate yourself. How was the working ethic? Was I ready to do everything for that or not? And that picture where I'm next to Tero Tiitu, it's quite interesting. I was coaching Tero when he was junior in Joensuu. He was then maybe 16 years old guy. And there we were, after 2 world championship title, we were then standing in Zurich, and quite empty faces, quite empty mind, both guys. And that is the moment that we can really learn. And one of my ideas in this working ethic case is that today is the most important day. We can't change past. Yesterday is already gone, and tomorrow we don't know what's going on there. So today, this training, this drill, this exercise, this is the most important for me, because all what matters is this moment and the level in this training. We can speak and make big picture and plan for 4 years or 5 years or 6 years or 2 years or whatever, but still always the most important day is today, where we are going and doing the trainings, that we are really in this working ethic that high that it's possible to get all out in every day. And then enthusiasm and passion. This is a quite heavy issue for all of the coaches. I think that you all are coaches, coaching for juniors or adults or whatever is the club. This is the question for all of you, what I have in the first bullet point. Is this something that the players can really see in your face and in your acting and in your doing with them every day, that you have enthusiasm and passion in your work? Because without that thing, it's impossible to get best out of the players. It's really impossible. If you have a feeling that you are working, you are coaching floorball with the big passion, you have this fire inside of you, but still players are not seeing the same in your actions, it's impossible. It's totally impossible to get anywhere. If you don't have this enthusiasm and passion as a coach, then sorry to say, in my eyes and my feeling is that when I'm losing this thing, that I don't have any more enthusiasm and passion in my work, then I have to retire, then I have to get out, then I have to step out from this work, because it's impossible to deal with the players if you are not passionate yourself. And if I lose it, I will get out, that's clear. But as far as I have enthusiasm and passion in my coaching work, then I can go on, and this is something what I really need. And what the passion is giving, and this is something what I want to speak with the players quite much in the national team. I did it with Finnish national team. I'm doing the same story with the Czech national team. Passion is the key or way that we can really reach our dreams. It gives the chance to fulfill the dreams, whatever they are. It can be that the dream is to get title in Czech Republic, win the Superliga. It's one goal, it's one dream. It can be nomination in the national team to the World Champions. It can be medal in the World Champions, whatever. But the passion is the fuel that keeps me going towards that direction. And even if you are enthusiast and really passionate coach, in my eyes, there still should be always the same idea, joy and pleasure with me when I'm doing my job. They are not opposite things. Even if I have a big passion in my work, it doesn't mean that I'm not enjoying the coaching work, what I'm doing. Joy and pleasure is something that has to be also connected with enthusiasm and passion. If I'm not smiling and if I don't have a good feeling in the trainings, that's something what the players can also mention. And I really respect every day that I can be coach, because nobody knows what will happen. Every day is a big gift for me, and personally I'm really honored to be the coach every day that I can be in the trainings with the guys. Last weekend we had a training camp with Czech national team, and it was really funny and really big pleasure to be there with the guys. Then topic in my coaching philosophy called helping athletes. And this is something which is coming out from the movie The Peaceful Warrior, where one really high class American gymnastic injured really badly, and he fighted his way back to the Olympic level. How was it? And in that movie, the mentor said to that young guy that there is no higher purpose than serve the others. And this is, in my eyes, something that we have to remember as a floorball coaches. My job as a coach in the club or in the national team, it's always the same. My job is help the players to reach their dreams in sports. I'm there for the players. They are not there for me. My job is help them. If we have a good connection and if the work is in a really good balance, then it's optimal way. They don't have to like me, but still my job is to help them to go forward in their career. Of course, there are difficulties what's are coming out with the players, but still, this is one of the main priorities in coaches' work in my mind. We are there to help players to get forward in their own career. And nobody knows how high goals they are setting themselves, what is the ultimate goal and reach where they want to get as a floorball player. But it doesn't matter. Your job as a coach is to give in those moments when you are coaching the team. Your job is to give the best impulses and best effort to the players that they can really go forward as a floorball players, no matter what is the level where they are starting now. So remember, you are there to help the athletes. You are there to help the players when you are doing the trainings and exercises with them. They are not there for you. You are there for them. Then leadership. In my eyes, when you are head coach in a club or national team, it's always something to do with the leadership as well. Coaching, leadership, teaching, there are many elements that are close to each other. They are connected to each other, and there are things that you just can't avoid. They are there close to you, and how you feel about them, you can speak all of those topics many ways. But how do I see the leadership in my coaching philosophy? My leadership idea is quite simple. I believe in shared leadership. What it means. My title is to be head coach now. Okay, that's fine. But more or less, the shared leadership means that we have a staff, we have a coaching team who is working there. There are assistants, there are goalkeeper coach. We are one team in a big picture. All the coaches, we are one unit. Then there are also team manager. Then there are physios, and we are one team. And in my eyes, it's not just about the staff or the coaches who are taking care of this shared leadership. It's also the players, and I want to get the players close enough that they are also part of this leadership. When you have a good connection with the players, you have trusted players next to you, then you can give a lot of tasks to the players that they can solve the problems inside of the team. They are getting their responsibility over the big picture, and this is something what I really feel what we need. It's the shared leadership. Of course, in some cases you might need to be harder. That's one part of it. But basically, I believe that shared leadership is the best way to deal with the team. The more you can share the leadership inside of the staff and inside of the players, the more you are getting out from the team as well. And the idea behind this shared leadership is that more you have a people there, more you have opinions, and more you might have a new good ideas how to improve and how to get better in this team and this level where we are going now. And one point in my mind with this idea of shared leadership is this commitment thing, because I have a feeling that when the shared leadership is going in the right direction and when the atmosphere is good inside of the coaching staff and inside of the team generally, then it makes also the players and all members of the staff more committed to the team and to the goals that they have in the team. And in the idea of shared leadership, every idea is valuable. So it doesn't matter if the physiotherapist is coming to give you some advice, or the goalkeeper coach is giving you some advice, or it comes from the player's side. Every idea is something that we have to take care of, because nobody knows which idea might be something unique, something new, something extraordinary that can give us a big support forward and maybe some benefit in the competition against the others. Idea, in my eyes, in shared leadership is also called me and we. It means that my job is to do my things as well as I can. And when I can see all the members around me, all those players and all those coaches and all those staff members, team managers, leaders, physios, whatever you have, material keepers, when they all are giving the best, then as a team, when I'm improving 1% or 2% and everybody is doing the same, then as a team, we can maybe get 10% more out of those players. And this is something what I always want to remind me and we. It's not against the others, but me and we all together. And even if I want to share the leadership also with the players, then there is also this point that you have to remember as a coach. Coach is responsible for the big picture and players just to his own performance when we go to the matches and we go to the trainings. Between those things and outside of the matches, then we are sharing more and more things, but during the game and preparation, coach is responsible for that, and players' main topic is just to make himself or herself as good as possible in the training and be ready for it. Then there is a question of respect. Why I put this picture there, this is I was in a quite heavy accident in the 1995 after the European Championship. We won the gold medal in May, and in June I was in this accident. It was really heavy, and I got 40 stitches in my face, so it was quite heavy set what I faced. I was in the bicycle and I made an accident with the car, and I was not competitive with my bicycle against car, and it was like this. My face was quite shit. And why I wanted to give this picture to you is that I respect every day with the sports. Every day that I can do it, I really enjoy it, because like I told you already earlier, you never know what can happen in your life. And those moments that you enjoy your sports and you enjoy your hobby or you enjoy your coaching, just do it. Don't go there if you have a feeling that this is bullshit. It's pleasure and it's big honor to be there. Nobody knows. Life can change in a short moments, and it's not automatic that you can be coach next 30 years. There are many different things what might happen in the life, and this was just an example that okay, this can happen, unfortunately. If I speak about the respect more, I respect all the persons what we have in the team and around it. It means staff members, players, workers of Czech floorball or workers in the clubs, if I'm club coach, I respect a lot the work that they are doing there. Of course, there are different approachments, different topics, different tasks, different jobs, what they are taking care of, but still, all of those persons are really important. If the physios are not working well, it means that the players, they are not their best shape in the matches. And if they are not in their best shape in the matches, then we are probably losing the games. So every member of staff and around it, they are really important. I really respect the work that they are doing. And I hope that they are really feeling the same also from their point of view, that the Pete or head coach in this case is really respecting work that we are doing. Without organization, we don't have clubs, or we don't have federations. So it's really important we are respecting also that work. And the clubs are exactly the federation, and it means that we have to respect the basic work that clubs are doing. And I have worked that many years in the club as well, that I know exactly what is the truth in daily work in the clubs. And it's something that I really, really want to respect. And I respect the coaches who are doing the daily work, and I respect all the workers in the clubs, that they are building environment and infrastructure so that the conditions for the players are good enough to do their things as well as possible. And all parts are important for us, that's clear. And I know that it might be true that we are not winning the gold medal in the World Champions, but in the other hand, I'm also doing things and pushing things in that direction that we can be the champions as well. And I have a really big respect to those players who are really putting all in for the sports. And unfortunately, in the World Champions team, it can be only 20 players who are going there. But it can be 30 or 40 guys who are putting all in. And still, half of them are missing the World Champions because the competition is that high. And I really respect all of those players who want to take the chance, who really want to be their best, who really want to see where is my limit, how high I can get. Of course, they are not all professional players. They have still their daily working or school or whatever in their life, studies. But still, in those conditions, when they are putting really all in for the sports, I respect all of them who are doing that. And then self-development. As a coach, you have some background in the floorball. You have maybe been player, successful or not that successful. It doesn't matter. You can be really good coach even if you haven't played in highest level. But the biggest thing in my eyes is that the only way to get better is self-development. You have to evaluate yourself all the time. How can I improve this and this and this? What are the things that I can understand better? Is there some materials what I can learn? What I can learn from the matches? What I can learn from the other coaches? What I can learn from the other sports? This is something that I really want to push to the coaches as well, that try to be guy or girl or lady who really wants to develop her or himself all the time. And when we are developing ourselves better, then we are also understanding players better. More you know about the human brains or human habits or human actions, better you are also understanding the players, how they are acting and how they are feeling in those moments which are challenging or difficult, or where the pressure is getting higher. And this is also the way to understand myself better. The better you know yourself, easier it will be to be in touch with the players. When you know your own values, on your own thinking and your own philosophy and your own ideas, easier it will be always to face the other persons as well. Players, other coaches, staff members, whatever you have around you. When you know yourself really, really good, then it's quite simple to get to the next level with the people around you. And that is also one thing with the players. When you are knowing yourself good, then it's easy to get to the next level with the players as well. And when you are developing yourself, then you are also probably understanding floorball better. You know more about the tactical things. The more you are learning, more you are getting information out. You can see, okay, this is the style what they are playing in this league, or they are playing this in this team. How am I using this information? What's coming out from there? How can I find some new elements about this playing? Somebody's playing W, somebody's playing 1-2-2, one is playing 2-1-2, whatever. How can I fix this system? This is part of self-development. You are taking information out from there where you are getting it, and then you are fixing it, then you are planning it, then you are looking it, and then you have a chance to be a better coach as well. And when I feel that I don't want to be anymore in this development process, then it's also those things that I'm totally out of the sports. The day that I don't want to be better coach or better human is the day that I have to get out from the coaching world, because I don't see any reason to be coach if I don't want to develop myself. Then game philosophy. There are two pictures. They are evaluation from Team Sweden in World Champions in Riga. There are first line where was playing Sundstedt, Samuelson and Nilsson, and then the third line Larsson, Kanebjörk, Stenberg. This was the semi-final match against Switzerland, how they played. This is one part, evaluation, how you can see what you are getting out from information, which are the things that you can use. And the game philosophy, this is a really interesting topic if I look about my coaching philosophy. Somehow the game philosophy, it's to be honest, it's always in some kind of turbulence. There are this big philosophical question: are you building the system and tactic for the players, or are you creating first the tactic and then you are finding the best players for that tactic that you have? And during my coaching years now, I have coached 30 years. In this year, it will be 30 years also in coaching life. This has been in a big variation during the years. There has been situations that I have had a good system idea, then I try to find the players who are suitable for that system, or we had good players, then I just or somehow good players, and then we just have to find the good combination how they can play the best floorball out of that. And it's really hard to say always that what is exactly Pete your game philosophy. There are some basic things which is always starting from the really good defense. It has to be like a diamond. It's the basic of everything, and it doesn't matter what is the system. Are we playing forechecking 1-2-2 or 2-2-1 or whatever we are doing? But the main idea from the defense starts everything. When the defense is diamond, then it gives the chance to win the matches, even if the offense is not that effective. But when the defense works, then everything works. And of course, goal setting is quite much to do about those decision-making things, what we are doing. The higher our goal setting is, higher are the demands in the game as well. If I'm coaching, for example, club in the second highest level, of course, there might be some goals what we want to reach, but what are the demands in that level to get those goals? How big process we have to get in the team? A national team is somehow quite difficult, and somehow it's also really simple. Difficult it is because the players are coming from the clubs where they are playing different system, different culture. In the national team, you should find basic system for everybody that they can play it, and it's still suitable in international floorball, which is also the big thing. In game philosophy, in my eyes, you have to understand which are the needs in that level where you want to go. If you are reaching the Superliga level in Czech, then you have to know what kind of things are needed in the Superliga level. If you want to get to the international floorball and you want to be successful in the world champions, then you have to somehow understand which are the needs that it takes to be, for example, world champions. What we have to have. We have to have excellent defense. We have to have really good counterattacks, and we need good goalkeeper playing. Then we have a chance, because these are the key points in international floorball. So you have to always look about the level where you are going and the needs, what's going on in that level. Is it simple? For sure not. There are many many small details that you have to deal with, but the big picture should be quite clear, that you have to understand the level where you are going. What do you want to reach? What kind of things it's needed to be in that level? So that's something what you have to always think yourself. Then you can start to think about your game philosophy. Okay, these are the needs, and I think that these are, in my philosophy, the most important thing, how to combine those. For example, I have heard when I was coaching a national team in Finland, or I was club coach in Finland, or now when I'm working with the Czech national team, I have heard many times the same question about the physics. Why this and why this, and why you have this 3,000 meter test, or why you have this and this and this. It's because of needs in international floorball. That's the way it goes. You have to play 6 matches in 8 days in international floorball, and you need endurance to be fresh in the final day when you are playing the most important matches, and it's not going in that direction if the endurance is not good enough. And in my philosophy of playing, for example, when the defense is really important, we need the guys who are in fit, who can really hard work. They can play really compact and passionate defense, and then we have a chance to beat every team in the world. And this is something that you have to deal with in your game philosophy. It's not easy way, but somehow you have to know it. And always, in my idea of floorball, the most important thing is always the own playing, what our team, what my team and we are doing on the court, not the opponent's tactic. With these pictures, with the Swedish team, yes, we got information how they are opening the game, where the ball is moving mostly, which is the amount of the shots what they are getting. But still, the most important thing is always, what is my team doing when we go on the court? We can have a lot of details about the opponent, but if we don't know what we are doing, then the details are not bringing any benefit for us. Best thing is that we have details which are coming from the opponent's tactic, but still we have our own idea, own game philosophy, what we are using, and then we have these small details that we can use against them. Okay, they are opening always from the right side, so we have to a little bit fix our forechecking, and that we are pushing more from left to the right, that they have to go in from the other side. These things are, of course, details that we might need, but the game philosophy should be same big thing, and then you are focused on that, and then you might have those small bites of opponent's tactic that you can bring to the players, and they can get small benefit out of that. And then I have this point which called quality requirement. And that is the only thing that matters. When I spoke to you about this case, that today is the most important day. This is some kind of continuity for that idea, because the quality is the only thing that really matters to me. If we are training 5 times in a week and we have one match, it means we have still one rest day during the week. If those 5 trainings are not high enough qualities in those drills, are we getting out those things that we are really searching and we want to have? Because daily working makes the difference between winners and the losers. When I spoke to you about the working ethic, we are coming back to that topic, because this is the most important thing. Nobody can ask you or force you to do the things if you are not yourself interested to do it. And it's quality requirement for you as a coach, and it's always also the quality requirement for the players. Because when the players are coming to the court, when they are coming to the trainings arena, when they have changed their clothes, they have made their warm-up, are they mentally, physically, and floorball point of view, are they ready to give the best quality? Because that's the only thing that really matters. And only thing that the player or you as a coach, you can really change is your own working. I can shout to the players, I can shout to the assistants, do it better, do it well, more concentrated, more focused, whatever. But still, it always starts from those small choices that you are doing for the sports. And I'm the coach who prefers this high quality requirement always. In the national team, we don't have that much training. What to do there? Quite few trainings, not that many days together. So we have to be really effective, and we have to find the good quality when we are working together. It's not always happening like I want. That's clear, but still, this is something that we have to always think about. Do things with as good quality as possible, because that is really the only thing that matters and goes forward. And this is one idea behind that philosophy as well. The ability may takes you to the top. There is also a mistake in my writing. Ability may takes you to the top, but it takes courage to stay there. So you might have the skills, you might have a talent, and you can get to the top in a floorball world, but it takes courage to stay there. And it means that you have to have this quality requirement every day there. If you have won something once, probably you want to do it again. And it's not coming if you are not training harder with more better quality. Because this is something what we have to always remember as a coaches. In the trainings, I'm quite demanding coach. Normally, I want that the players are putting their best in. And sometimes it's easier, sometimes it's harder, but I have this feeling always that we have to, when we are investing 2 hours time for the trainings, and if we are not doing these 2 hours with a good quality, how the hell we might have next 2 hours time to do something extra? Because what you are doing, are you training once, twice, or 3 times, or 4 times in a week? The big thing is how good is the quality in those trainings. When the quality drops down, then it doesn't make any sense to train more. Every now and then, trainings can be with quite shit. Quality is not good enough. But if it goes more in that direction that we are losing the quality day by day, then you have to react as a coach. And in my eyes, as a coach, this quality requirement means also that demanding is caring. It means that this team is really important for me. Those players are really important for me. When I'm demanding, when I'm pushing them forward, it means that I'm really taking care of those players or our team. I'm not doing this because I want to be somehow crazy or whatever. No, it's because of the time investment what we have. We have to use it as well as we can. And every now and then players might have a feeling that I'm pushing them too hard, I'm pushing them too much. But this is my philosophy and this is my idea that whatever we are doing, we have to do it with the best quality ever what we can produce in each day. And this is something what I always want to ask from the players. And this is one of the ideas what I have put in the list. Hannibal is Carthaginian war chief when they faced the big Roman Empire, and he went with his elephants around the Alps to hit the Roman Empire, and that was his idea. I find the way or I make it. And this is something what I think quite often behind my coaching philosophy and my values. And I know that there are difficulties coming in the coach's life and the coaching processes, that's clear. But I will find the way, or if I don't find it, I will make it myself. And it means that I'm not giving up easily. There won't be that big obstacles that it's not possible to face or it's not possible to go through. Of course, every now and then it means that we might have to make really hard decisions to get forward, but then we have to just make those. And I really like the way that nothing is impossible. We can go forward always, and I can find the way. I really want to do it. I really want to fight it. And when I founded this idea more than 30 years ago, this journey in personal development as a human, it still go on. It's still continuing all the time forward. And I really like my life like it is. It's really interesting. Every day is a new challenge. Every day in the coaching, it's big pleasure. And I really like the way it is. And then I have, I think, one more slide. This is also one thing which I'm always pushing to the players. Winners don't believe in coincidences. To be a champion means that we have to work like a champions. We have to be better than no one else. It means we have to train harder, we have to train more. And if we are behind, like now we are in the 4th in the world ranking, we are behind Finland and Sweden and Switzerland. It means that if we are doing the same like they are doing, we are not getting them. We have to work more. At least we have to work with the better quality. If we don't have more time to spend together than they are doing, then we just have to do it in better quality. And I have an idea that every day when Czech national team is together, in those days, we have to be the best national team in the world in the working quality and working point of view. And dare to be yourself. Be yourself always, as a coach, as a player, as a human. That's all what we need. We can't be actors. We have to be like our personality is, and we have to work through our personality. This is the most important thing in the sports, that you are not lying, you are not faking, you are not doing anything else but the things what you have in your personality. And this is my final slide. Now, Martina, do you have questions, ideas, whatever? there is a chat. Good. Let's start with a question for me. Why Czech Republic national team? Is that the question, or is it the question of why there was Czech language in my presentation? If it's a question about why I'm coaching the Czech national team, that's a good question, and answer is quite clear, because I felt when I came to Czech Republic that this challenge is really big, but it's really motivating me a lot. I'm really interested to work with these players, work in a different culture, to see how far we can go, how high we can get. Can we really be that competitive in the World Champions that we can beat all the other nations? It's really big challenge, and inspires me a lot to be with the Czech national team. Good question about the holistic coaching. Do you speak Czech? No, I'm not speaking Czech with them. I can somehow understand some of the things what they are speaking, but it's not it's not something that I can do totally. And of course, that brings difficulties. That's clear. Most of the guys, they are speaking really good English. It's not the problem. But of course, we have players who are not dealing English that well. Then when I have a negotiation or discussion with those players, then I have some staff member around me who can translate in Czech, that we are getting these ideas out. And that's the way it goes in the national team. And most of the guys, it's quite easy to speak with them in English. There won't be any big problems. But of course, in holistic coaching and with the Czech players, it takes a little bit more time to get in that level that we can really share our feelings and I can really understand everything. But more or less, I'm interested in the same way about their civil lives, what's going on there, and I'm quite happy how the players are opening themselves and their life to me, and I know quite much what's going on, what's going around there. My passionate, how they can recognize it. That's a good question, and something what you might have to ask from the players as well. How they can see my passion. But I hope that it's come from the working, the quality that we are doing there, way we are doing our things. There won't be things that I don't want to go through. I want to open every door and every clock to get the best out of our team, and that's something that I hope that the players are feeling, that this is also one part of my passion when I'm doing it, or when I'm discussing with the guys. They should have the feeling that I'm not doing that because of it's some part of coach's work. I'm doing that because I really want to do it, and there are small things what you are doing with the players which are showing that I'm passionate in my work, and this is something that I really hope that they are seeing every day when we are together with the guys. What is the method that I'm passing my philosophy to the team? Of course, we have some presentations, not lectures, but presentation where I'm speaking about these things, and more or less they are coming also in those trainings, what we are doing, how we are acting, how we are doing things there, that they can really see how the story goes. And things that I'm now giving you in this presentation, the same things are coming out to the players, not in one lecture like this, but there are more species there and there and there, and that's the way I'm sharing it to the players. But more and more the philosophy is combined to the values, and the values means those are important things, and what I'm speaking to you are important things for me, and those are the things that I want to have always in our daily working in the national team. And this is the way how the players are getting points out from my work and our work. what do you find unique on Czech players? In opposite, what are our weak points? Interesting. Of course, no, emotions. That's the big strength. When the mood is right in the Czech team, then they are really, really, really competitive against all the nations. No doubt about that. But of course, the opposite thing is that it's hard to get 20 players in the same time in the same match in that mode, flow mode, that we can really play our best. But the emotions are the big fuel in our team. When the emotions are high enough on the bench, and when the bench is on the fire, then the game is also going in a good direction. And these are the things that we are really pushing forward, that, hey guys, use it, keep it as your strength here in Czech Republic. That keep the emotions in the game, show it on the court, then you are doing your best things. And it's opposite, for example, like it was in Finland. The Finnish team was playing extremely good floorball when there was quite silent on the bench. They were really focused on their game. And the Czech, we are mostly playing our best floorball when bench is more or less, there are a lot of noise and there are big speeches and there are emotions on the bench. It's opposite for sure. What we have to do to win the world championship one time. Of course, I'm interested to win the gold medal already in the next world champions, but I really hope that in general here in Czech, we are a little bit changing our mind setting of coaching and totally floorball life. That like juniors, they won the gold medal in Canada, but I really hope that it's not only once, that they now know that it's possible to do. We can do it second time, we can do it in third time, that we are really focusing, that we are continuing and continuing and continuing to get the success. And in the men's national team, in men's national team, how to win the gold medal is quite clear. We have to have extremely good defense. Then we have to use our chances. Speed and tempo in Superliga, of course, we are behind Swedish Superliga or Finnish league or Swiss league, but still those guys, when we are getting the chances, we have to find the way to score the goals also in the maximum tempo. And it's not easy, but we have a good generation of the players nowadays, players which are really skillful. They can play fast floorball. They are physically good to go forward and play the counterattacks. And I have a feeling that those guys are the future makers who are sooner or later winning the championship for Czech Republic as well. Team spirit, of course, it's a really, really, really big thing. And in Prague 2018, it was good, but can be better. Now I really hope when we are facing Helsinki, we have a team which is absolutely 100% committed. All of those roles that we have in the team, they are accepting the roles, because there are different roles in the team and different things what we are doing there. And that's clear that 20 Jaromir Jagr are not building the best team. We have a different roles and the players are accepting those roles. And when they are accepting the roles, then the team spirit is also getting higher. And everything starts from the good team spirit. Then it comes to the tactic. But when the spirit and atmosphere in the team is great, then the tactical solutions and those small details, they are working. It's not the point. And I'm quite convinced that we will have mentally really strong team in the world champions, and it looks good nowadays where we are going. Do I really believe that we can be the world champions? Yes, of course, I believe. No doubt about that. Otherwise, I don't feel that it doesn't make any sense to coach top 4 national team in the world if I don't really believe that we can win the gold medal. There is a question, are we dreaming or are we believing or are we trusting that we can do it? If we are just dreaming about it, it's just a dream. It's coming true maybe somehow. But if we are really believing and if we are trusting about that, that's the bigger point. And this is now something that we are dealing with the players, and let's see where we are going. But of course, I believe that we can be the champions. We just have to win the last 2 matches. That's it. It's not that far away. It's not impossible to beat Sweden or Finland or Switzerland. I totally believe that we can do it. Then a question about data. I have quite much data. We are using my coach analysis in the national team. We are getting extremely detailed information out of each individual in the international matches, what they are doing with the ball, how they are moving, what kind of things they are doing with the challenges and passes and shots and everything. It's really detailed information, how we are using it, how we are doing it, and I'm using it quite much. I'm giving these detailed numbers of every match to the players as well, that they can see how they manage in those matches, what they did well, what they can improve. And this is data analysis that I have used already since 2018, so 8 years already in the national team, and I like it. It's giving good analysis. The videos, yes, we are using videos in the national team, looking at the opponents, looking our own playing, like normal things. What should be done in the national team, how we should play, where we are opening, what we are doing good, what we have to improve, the basic things. About this year in the national team, some players don't want to play in the national team. It's always players' decision. When they are not satisfied in the national team, then it doesn't make any sense that they are there with, and it's always players' decision. I'm not interested about the names on the back. I'm more interested about the performances, and I have a lot of data analysis from the players, and there are many players who might look that they have played extremely well, but if you look at that data analysis, they haven't been that successful in the international level recently. So we will have team where the players are committed to this team and they really want to be in this team, and that brings the good start and good basic stone for us, and I'm really happy and really satisfied how it goes now with the team. Which skills about comparing Finland and Czech Republic? Maybe the biggest difference is the skill. It can be also skill, but it's the attitude or the understanding of defense game generally. Finnish national team is playing a really good defense, and the players, they know that this is the most important thing. It doesn't matter is it Niko Salo or Peter Kotilainen or Emeli Salin. They are really focused also to the defense, which are giving counter chances and chances to score. And this is something that we are still learning with the Czech national team, that what is really the story of the defense, that more or less we are missing ball quite often in the middle zone or high offense area, and then the opponents getting the counter chances. It comes from the local series, because in Superliga, if you lose the ball in the offense area, you are not getting always goal against you. But the international matches, when we are playing against the best nations, every time they have 3 against 2 or 4 against 2 attack, it's a big risk that they are scoring. And this is something that we are now still learning. Skills, I don't feel that we have that big difference between the, for example, technical skills with the ball. Maybe Finns are shooting a little bit better than Czech players, but there is not that big difference in that sense. Maybe this kind of cold-blooded killer in the scoring chances, that's something that Finland has a little bit better than we have. that we are not that focused or that relaxed in those moments when we are scoring and when we are getting the scoring chances. Still something. Good question about the kids, teaching the kids. What I really want to see in the kids floorball or in the trainings, that they have enough time with the ball and stick, that they are taking their technical skills as good as possible, that they are really working and playing a lot in the trainings. And it's not about the drills, it's about the coaching philosophy, how much you are giving the ball to the players, that they can go there, do the technical drills, that we don't have that much group working. They have a lot of things to do with the ball, that the skills are getting better. When the skills are good enough, that they can shoot, they can pass, and they can understand the game, then the physics is coming later. That's clear. But when you have all those aspects, technical skills and the playing intelligence good in the kids level, then when they are going towards the adults matches, then the physics is coming later. So we don't have to be focused on that. We have to teach them technical skills. That is the main thing. I already answered this question about this year. Anything new? This is an interesting question about the mental coach. I have spoken with Jirka Jakubek. I have spoken with Sasha in the women's national team, and I have spoken with our players and our guys. They said that men's national team players themselves, they said that it's not that needed in our level. And I like if the mental coach is living all the time with the team, then it's okay. But if he's coming or she is coming only in some certain events and then to the world champions, it's not giving the best results. He has to be one member of the staff from the start. Then it's good, because he can see different things than we normal coaches are seeing. Then it's okay. But our players said, when I spoke with the guys, that in this point of view, they don't have the feeling that it's absolutely needed in our team, and that's the reason why we haven't so far taken mental coach with us. Harder or smarter working? That's a good point. I have visited in every Superliga club in Czech Republic. I have seen what the men's Superliga teams are doing and how they are training, and I would like to say that it's not just a question about the smarter training, it's also harder training. There are clubs which are doing quite good work, but I know how they are training in Sweden, I know how they are training in Switzerland, I know how they are training in Finland. And harder trainings means that they are also putting more effort to the sports. They are training a little bit more hours during 1 week. And if we are just doing things smarter and they are still training more than we are not getting the gap. We have to train as much as they are training, even more, and then we have to train smarter. And this point of view, what I have seen generally in the Superliga clubs, it means that we have to still work harder and more. And then, of course, it's always a question about the smarter trainings, that what we are doing in the trainings. But if we are training only 2 or 3 times in a week in Superliga level, it's not enough for international floorball. That's clear. This is a question that every coach is facing sooner or later in his career. How to motivate players when the team loses, when they are losing the matches. First match, second match, third match, fourth match in a row. I don't have exact answers. I have been really lucky with my coaching style, because the longest row what I have ever lost with my team is 3 matches. And it happens once in the playoffs. We lost 3 matches in a row, even we were leading 2-0 the series. And then with the Czech national team, I have lost in the World Games 3 matches in a row. How to motivate the players? Of course, everything goes in the basic things. What kind of matches they have been? What kind of losses? Is there some thing or some element which is coming always again and again and again and again in those matches? And then you just have to try to find a way to tackle that thing away from your playing. How to motivate the players? This is all a question about the communication inside of the team. Are you facing the players good enough? How you can share the information, how they are feeling about it. More or less you are losing, the better and more important is the communication inside of the team. You have to be really open, you have to be really honest, you have to listen to your players, and then you just have to find the way. Okay, is the thing that we are losing the ball in the middle zone and we are getting so much counter-attack goals, or how we are losing the matches, why we are losing the matches. This is something that it's need to be discussed inside of the team. As a coach, it's quite heavy to give exact answers to the players, how we can win the matches again. You have to speak together, then you might have some idea. You have to check the videos, you have to look about the playing, how it goes. In those moments when you are losing the matches, you have to work more as a coach. You have to find the details, and then you have to get the feelings and the emotions out of the team, and then you can combine those things and you can maybe find a solution how to win the matches instead of losing them. Is there still some question that you would like to ask? If you don't have anything, Martina, are you taking charge, or how do you prefer to do it?
I think it was last question.
Good. And thanks for everybody joining this seminar, and whenever we are meeting in Czech Republic, please come to talk with me if you have anything to ask or you want to commentate anything. I wish you all the best for summer trainings and for upcoming season, and we will have interesting 6 months before us, front of us before the World Champions, and let's see how the story goes. And in September we are playing in Prague against Slovakia, Finland and Sweden, and we will see.
Okay, Petr, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Tak jo, díky moc všem, kteří se dneska zúčastnili. Odkaz na zpětnou vazbu jsem vám poslala tady do chatu, pošlu vám ještě e-mail, tak kdo chce, potřebuje kredity, tak to prosím do dnešní půlnoci vyplňte a budu se s vámi těšit na dalším webináři. Díky moc.